Hey everybody, Superfan Giovanni here. Welcome to Classic Loveline, episode 17, from October 23rd, 1995, featuring guest Tony Bennett, a Monday night show, and Classic Loveline, episode 51, from December 10th, 1995, featuring Ellen Cleghorn, another Sunday night show. This is another collection of partials with full-on guesses when it comes to the dates. The Tony Bennett episode is probably October 95 more than anything, but the 23rd may or may not be the actual date. The Ellen Cleghorn show is actually fairly certain, but I wouldn't give it over 70% at this point. And the third clip you'll hear was a section of the show on the same tape as the Ellen Cleghorn portion, but could be from the night before or after, or it could be from a week prior. It's hard to tell with the Spaceboy collection. And it could also be from the second hour of the show if Ellen left early, and let's face it, Ellen probably left early. The only clip of Tony Bennett was included just because of how rare his appearance was, and it marks a different era of the show when they would have people like Tony Bennett, Robert Blake, Don Ho, and other older, well-known people from bygone eras of entertainment. As per usual, these were all recorded in 1995. Some of the medical information may be out of date. Please consult your own physician or contact Dr. Drew and Mike Capital on Current Day Loveline, 1-800-LOVE-191. Listener discretion is advised. You can follow us on Twitter at Podcast1, on Facebook, Podcast1 there as well, and Podcast1.com, the home of our favorite podcasts. Mahalo, and get on.
The following program is a Podcast1.com production.
Now let's go to the next call.
Far be it for me to cut off a masturbation call, but Drew gave the bogus hand, and when the hand speaks...
How was that?
You listen. Greg, you're on Loveline.
Hey, Adam, Dr. Drew.
That's the kind of response I like out of a caller.
I have a question. Canker sore is a form of herpes simplex 1, right?
Unless Drew has one, in which case it's just a little canker.
Okay, if you have one and you perform oral sex on a woman and then have sexual intercourse with her without a condom, what is the probability of passing it on to her and then her passing it back to
Greg,
you?
did she have a cut that you could have rubbed some of your own feces in while you were at it?
No, I don't believe so.
For Christ's sake, Greg.
Well, I think the point is, and what you have to understand is that many of those viruses are potentially transmittable from the mouth to the vaginal area.
Okay.
And, an outbreak really needs to occur before then it could be transmitted again, genital to genital. It couldn't all happen in the same evening. Not likely anyway. I can't imagine it would happen that way.
Okay.
Drew, did they pay you enough not to eat popcorn while you're answering calls?
You didn't hear that?
I can see it in the side of your mouth. You're like Alvin, the chipmunk. Poor Drew had to stuff his popcorn off to the side of his mouth like he was dipping corn.
Add to the challenge, that's all. No, that's not me. Who's?
No, Mike's screwing with you now. Yeah.
I answered the question,
right.
did I not?
I guess you did.
You need to understand those are transmissible viruses potentially, and you have to be very careful if you have one. Okay?
Okay.
All
right, good luck to you there, Greg.
I can do that myself, Mike.
Yeah, Mike, we don't need you for that. Grant.
Adam, Dr. Drew.
Hey. Mm-hmm.
She does not respond with the fellatio. And
you call it cunnilingus, which I like.
The colonel, I always felt that it was an unwritten rule, reciprocation.
Well, ideally,
and we are. I mean, there is the sex is no problem. We are having that.
Mm-hmm.
But there's none of the other. I'm hitting home runs, but I'm not hitting any doubles or triples.
You are not vying for the analogy crown either, my friend.
Well, okay.
Listen, here's what's going on, and I've said this before. Sex has to be a mutual thing. This disgusts me, but I'll do it for 10 minutes. That repulses you, but you dig in for 8 minutes, and everyone's happy.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way sex is. Do you people hear me out there? Listen, guys don't necessarily enjoy putting their face down there. They really don't. Some do.
No.
But some don't.
I have no problem with it.
But the point is you do. And because you do, they do. And because they do, you do. And that is the voodoo that you both do.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand?
So, well, what can I do? Because I mentioned it to her, and she's like, "Oh, well, that turns me off. Don't tell me what to do. I'll do it when I want."
Before I answer this, let me say one more thing. A lot of women out there, And men, too, but mostly women. I only said in men, too. I don't actually believe it. I just don't want to get in too much trouble. They believe they're doing a guy a favor just by showing up and getting nude. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
mean, and that's the way we've structured it in society a lot of the times. I mean, the guy is happy. I mean, that's where the whole prostitution thing comes in. We're going to pay you. You just get nude and have sex with us. You don't have to pretend like you like it. You don't have to do anything. You know, here's 50, blow me. That's our society. I mean, I was talking to you, Grant.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
What I was saying is a lot of women just think they have to show up. And that's fine for the first 100, 150 times you have sex with them. But eventually, it has to be a mutual gratification thing.
Right.
Now, you don't argue with her, and don't grab her by the ears and try to force her on like a snow cap or something. You tell her, listen, I really enjoy this. You don't even know how much I enjoy it. You know when you see dogs in the park rolling around on their back?
Right.
That's how much I enjoy a blowjob. You know what I'm saying? You know when you see the wonder and amazement in a kid's eyes when he sees a clown making a schnauzer out of balloons? That's how much I love a blowjob. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Do you know the sense of pride that comes to a veteran when he sees the Blue Angels strafe an air show? That is the kind of pride I feel about a blowjob. Do you know what I'm saying, Grant?
Yeah, I think I do, but I don't know. I think there's just a communication problem there.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Well, if you can't talk, you can't talk.
Well,
Meanwhile, after Mom.
Now you know why Mom sprung for the airfare.
How old is Mom?
She's 41.
You're 21.
Mm-hmm.
How old's your girlfriend?
21 also.
How did you do that? I mean, why? I mean, what?
I mean, we I don't know. We started and then I stopped. I mean, we didn't, because I've been dating my girlfriend for 4 years since freshman year in college, and I mean, it's just kind of ruined everything.
So your girlfriend found out?
No, she has no. I mean, I can't.
Oh, yeah. No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't say anything.
Yeah, don't ever.
No, am I right, Tony?
Don't ever tell her.
But by the same token, I agree that if you shatter a mother-daughter relationship, there's a place in hell waiting for you. But I don't think...
Years ago, they used to call guys a funny name for that.
You might be able to say it. Oh, okay. Mike?
Yeah.
She's not going to tell her daughter, is she?
No, she thinks it's a joke. I mean, she thinks it's funny, and
it's not funny.
No, I mean, wait a minute. I mean, she thinks it's funny that you guys get along and flirt a little bit.
No, she knows I can't even go to her house and her mom's there anymore.
Right, but she's amused?
She acted like it was no big deal, like I said we have to stop, and, you know, and she was just kind of laughing. I mean,
either Mom is...
She's a gal who's held court with a number of different kinds of people.
Mom is.
Mm-hmm.
Mom is very crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Mom is somebody you need to stay away from.
Right.
But I really got to question whether or not you should continue in your relationship with your girlfriend, frankly.
I don't know if I can. I can't go over to her house.
Well, you could deal with that if you really were committed to the relationship. But Mom is A, nuts, but B, you really showed some... I don't know. I mean, I wonder about your commitment, your feelings for your girlfriend, if you're able to kind of go along with that.
I completely love her.
Yeah.
Your girlfriend.
Yeah. Yes.
No, I'm angry with her mom. I completely...
Wait a minute. How can you completely love her and carry on with her mom?
No, it happened once.
Once is enough. I mean, you kill somebody once, you go to prison for the rest of your life. It's just once. Once gets someone pregnant. Once kills somebody. Once ruins a relationship. Just once is enough. Am I right, Tony?
Mistake.
Yeah, I mean...
You had to think about it.
Well, no, I don't have to think about it. I mean, they should have given him saltpeter again. I'm still on that. You know?
If we would just run this country like the military, everything would be fine. Now, I want to talk about... What'd I say? What'd I say?
Who knows what that does to people?
Oh, well, look at Tony. 69, he's still kicking. Fantastic.
But I have a problem. I can have an orgasm anytime except when my girlfriend gives me a blowjob. And I was wondering... because, like, I mean, we've tried, and she feels like it's her fault, but it's not, because she's doing all the right stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean...
And when you say anytime, you don't mean anytime. You don't mean like jogging or something, do you?
Well, we've tried it everywhere. We've tried it outside, inside.
And that all works, but just not the blowjob thing. Let me tell you something. Joseph. And this goes for men and women. Certain people are blowjob people. Certain guys love blowjobs. Certain guys don't get off on blowjobs. Certain guys like them, but don't orgasm to them. Other guys could care less and can orgasm to them, but don't care. Some girls cannot give enough blowjobs. Some girls are repulsed by the thought of putting a penis in their mouth. Some are indifferent. It runs the spectrum. I don't know where this comes from. It's kind of like big boobs. You know what I mean? Like, some guys love the big boobs. Some guys could care less. Right. What is it? Were they, like, swatted with a big boob when they were small? Were the girls flogged with some sort of, like, stuffed penis or something?
Or
Was there,
is
like,
there some innate neuron somewhere that is circulating through the brains of the people that appreciate those kinds of things?
As a matter of fact, I have the big boob neuron. I really do. The big boob neuron is... it just made a pass by the cerebellum. But the point is there's certain women, and we've talked about this, who just will not do it. Some cannot get enough of it. You know what we need to do in life, Joseph?
No.
Okay. Hold your breath, everybody.
All right, first off, everyone needs a tattoo. Okay, and
we all need tattoos.
Yes, either would be a penis tattoo or a intercourse tattoo or just a universal X over the penis or something.
The preference.
We got to pair up the guys who cannot get enough blowjobs with the girls who cannot give enough blowjobs, because when you hook
this is important material. Yeah.
We have to hook up the big boob guys with the big boob girls. And let me tell you something about the curse of the big boob guys. When you're a big boob guy, you get no big boobs. That's what God does to you. You want big boobs, pal? Here you go. A cup. Have fun. And then you got to deal with all your guy friends who aren't big boob guys going, yeah, you know, my girlfriend Melanie with the triple E's, man, I can't stand it. They're getting away. I don't know what to do. We all know these people. Am I right, Drew? What is this curse? We have to hook people up according to preference. I mean, we look at religion, don't we? We look at ethnicity, don't we? We look at many different factors in terms of pairing somebody up. Hey, you guys went to USC. You guys make a great couple. You know what I'm saying? Why not the boobs? Why not the blowjobs? Why not?
All right, Pat. I'm sure our audience appreciates that.
Yeah. Joseph?
Yes.
Good night.
Good night.
All right, thanks.
I don't know why he thanked me.
Oh.
And that felt good. James.
Hey, Adam. Hey, Dr. Drew.
A year and a half, almost, actually pretty close to 2 years. And she cheated on me. So I broke up with her.
Good.
Well, now I'm, like, really getting out and having lots of dates and stuff.
Good.
But it seems like I feel like, because I was totally in love with this girl, and I feel like every girl I date, that I have the same feelings for her, and I'm just, like, being torn in all different directions, like I'm in love with a whole bunch of different girls.
You mean you have new feelings? I mean, you have strong feelings for girls after the first date, or you cannot get over the old feelings you're having for your prior girlfriend?
I think I'm taking the old feelings and putting them into the new relationship.
So it's like your relationship got cut short for you. You were lost in love. I'm not going to sing. And you brought that in like on your first date.
Yeah.
And you like cry and say penny for your thoughts and stuff, and she's like, hold on, let me finish reading the menu.
Oh, yeah, basically.
And they get all freaked out.
Well, they don't get freaked out because I don't really show it, but it's ripping me apart inside because I have to hold it in. All
right, let's get producer Ann's take on this. Well, no, she's giving me a look like, hey, I was talking to Mom about nails. What the hell's going on? See, Ann is in there chatting it up with Mom. So I feel bad, Todd, because earlier in the night I walked out and I said, hey, Ann, get me a coffee. And then I realized her mom was standing right there. And I realized she comes and sees her daughter like some kind of lackey running to the coffee pot or something, and I'm yelling, Mach Schnell. And that's not how it goes. Ann is the producer of the show, so I thought I would back up a little here and get her back in my good graces by putting her on the phone and making it seem like a real integral part of the show. Ann, what do you think?
I think you guys are right.
Okay, then. All right, get back to the conversation about what you do to Tony Bennett if you had him alone. Todd?
Yeah.
This is a tough one. I know. Here's the deal. You cannot fix your last relationship by having another. Do you know what I'm saying? And Drew, don't give me that look. That sounded good. What's that puss for?
I have to get out.
He needs to have. He might feel better if he had another relationship.
No, I'm not saying. Yeah. I'm not saying he shouldn't have another relationship. I'm saying don't treat the next relationship as if it was a continuation of your last one.
Right.
But on nights that I don't go out with someone, say I just sit at home, on the night I go totally crazy. I can't take being alone.
Yeah,
so I'm so used to being with somebody.
Right.
These are the dog days of relationships. It is hell.
And it's healthy to be alone, and you need to learn how to be alone, and you need to go through these feelings and make them your own, and learn from this and make a better choice next time.
And let me say this on that topic. Not all of life is happy. You know what happens when you're happy all the time? You kill yourself, or you're on Prozac. What I mean is when you're a rock star and it's blowjobs and it's cocaine and it's travel and it's money and it's jacuzzis and everything, you go nuts. Your brain fries. You need to have the low to experience the high. I mean, that's what it is. It's like the setup and the punchline. It can't all be one big joke.
Right.
Everything can't be great. That down time that he is having now is going to make him appreciate his next relationship that much more. He can look back to those days and weeks and possibly months sitting alone, hurting.
Right. Well, and also learn about himself and figure out what he wants and experience new people and grow.
All right, that too. Loveline. I know you can take the country out of the man, but I don't know if you can take the ejaculate out of the orgasm.
Let me go back to why am I here?
Well, let's see. It says I'm reading this up.
Chad, forget it.
Chad.
Don't worry about it.
Chad.
Music technique. You got to help me here.
It's hard enough to have just good relationships, not to worry about
Chad, do you have a girlfriend?
No.
Don't worry about that, Chad.
I get bored here. That's why
is this a masturbatory thing?
Yes. No, he's speaking the truth. You have too much time on your hands. You are bored.
You're right.
Yes, that is true. Fill the time with more productive endeavors.
But tell me, is it possible?
I suppose anything is possible with the human body, really, but it's not very likely, and it's not very practical, and it's something that is probably useful to anybody.
Chad.
Yes, sir.
Get a Rubik's Cube, would you?
Got one.
Give your penis a break. Let me tell you something. With too much time on a man's hands equals too much time with his penis.
All right, Loveline, it's P.O. Box 4345, Hollywood, California, 90078. That's P.O. Box 4345, Hollywood, 90078. And on the email with which, Adam, you check this email pretty regularly, don't you?
Oh, yeah. I do.
LUV191 on America Online.
And let me just say a quick comment on that. I do check the email. I do return questions and comments and things like that. I even answer in your name sometimes, Drew.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, we got.
Got me some logins then.
Oh, man, when I get into the anatomy, I just run amok. It's a good thing I can't spell correctly. Yeah. But I am the world's worst speller, and I'm the world's worst typist.
Okay, I'm a good speller and a good typist, so it comes out looking wrong.
Right. But the point is I give 1- and 2-word answers.
I see.
Okay, and I don't want people to get offended or anything. It's just we have a lot of questions to get to, and I'm not sharp enough to hammer out a good paragraph. So please do not be offended. I try to get to everyone. Kevin.
Hello?
Hi, you're on Loveline. Last call of the night.
I had a question for Dr. Drew.
Yeah, Kevin.
I've been taking Zoloft for the past 4 months.
Right.
And it's kind of had a side effect that my doctor didn't know. She never told me about it.
Right.
It's the ejaculation inhibition.
Yeah, has your libido gone away too?
My what?
Are you interested in sex still?
And it's gone down a lot.
Right. And that's characteristic of that whole class called serotonin reuptake inhibitors, that they commonly make you not want to have sex.
Well, what was his first problem with his?
He can't ejaculate.
Well, let me tell you something. I'm no gynecologist. I'm no urologist.
But
I'm no philosopher. But
that's a good thing, right?
You remove the ejaculation portion from the sex.
Right.
You remove a lot of the desire to have sex too.
But they are distinct biological things, and both can be taken away from this medicine.
Well, it's like when we have sex and I don't get off, then it's like I don't want to do it anymore.
Right,
that's exactly what I'm saying. Sure, of course.
And she thinks that I think she's...
Well, it's those are the side effects of that medicine, and really the only way to overcome that is to stop the medicine.
Just, like today, my doctor prescribed me Yocon.
Yocon will help sort of sustain erection, this sort of thing, but these medicines this is the side effect of these medicines, and if they're doing that to you, they're going to keep doing that to you, and the only times it'll remit is when you get off the medicine.
By the way, Yocon is a large Canadian guy who comes over and smacks you in the ass when you can't get it up. Is that what Yocon is?
No, it's tree bark, actually. But let me just comment on this thing, and that is that if somebody is really depressed, they are so relieved at feeling better with these medications that they'll accept that sexual dysfunction. They're like so relieved at feeling better that that's no big deal.
But here's the beauty:
if you're not that, if he wasn't that depressed this is a big issue to him, maybe he ought to reconsider whether he's on these medicines at all.
Right, but here's the beauty of people: they're suicidal for their entire life, and neurotic and whatnot. They take a couple of pills, a week goes by, then they look down at their penis. All right, what's going on there now? All right, I got the whole depression thing worked out.
Right.
Let's focus on the penis now.
Right.
And why all these drugs go right to the penis? It's God's wrath. I'm telling you this. He's saying, you will mess with me? Yeah. You want to mess with me, mofo? I'm going to mess with you. I'm going right where it counts. Because believe me, if guys' teeth were falling out, they wouldn't call. If a guy lost a limb because of this Prozac, he wouldn't call. But when the penis goes,
Sherry.
they go right through.
I want to thank Ann.
I wasn't done with my rant.
I know, but
I want to thank James. Don't call me Jimmy. I want to thank Big Mike, the nutless wonder. I want to thank Ann's mom for keeping Ann in line and having her act like all right. I don't know where she went to finishing school, but she was on her best behavior tonight. I want to thank Brett for staying around like a useless moron the entire show. I want to thank myself, Adam Carolla. I want to thank Dr. Drew. I want to thank Tony Bennett.
And I will be gone tomorrow. I'll be back on Sunday.
Good thing, too.
If you are still listening, you may feel the urge to touch yourself.
So that's it, then.
You have been listening to Loveline. The opinions expressed on Loveline by Adam Carolla, Dr. Drew, or anyone are not necessarily ours. Be happy. Be happy. Happy, happy, happy.
I'm happy.
Loveline's producer is Ann Wilkins. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
And thank you. Loveline will return Wednesday night at 10 o'clock. But if you didn't get enough words about LOVE...
All right, now, if you're going to keep only one New Year's resolution this year, make it to experience the comfort of Tommy John phenomenal men's underwear. I'm wearing some of the underwear right now. In fact, it redefines comfort for men everywhere. Start with the Tommy John Air, weighs just 2 ounces. These are the lightest men's underwear and undershirts ever created. Air comes equipped with quick-dry, anti-odor, moisture-wicking technology. You've not seen anything like this before. You've got to wear it to understand just how incredible this is. We've been talking about Tommy John quite some time. Of course, their fit, their design that's patented, makes for unbelievably comfortable men's undergarments. Underpants for the amazing no wedgie guarantee. Second skin undershirts that never come untucked. Air takes all of this to an entirely new level. A whole new level of comfort, a whole new level of satisfaction. Not that you'll need it, but every Tommy John underwear is guaranteed, backed by the best pair you'll ever wear, or it's free guarantee. Tommy John. Check out Air at TommyJohn.com right now. Use the promo code ADAM and save 20% on your first order. That is promo code ADAM for 20% off TommyJohn.com. That is promo code ADAM for 20% off at TommyJohn.com. TommyJohn.com.
Guess what?
What?
It's really easy to stay up to date on everything that happens on this and all your favorite Podcast One shows.
Nice!
Just follow us at Podcast One on Twitter. Or you can see what we're up to firsthand on Facebook and Instagram. New show releases, special guests, crazy stuff, and everything you want or need to know at Podcast One. Oh yeah, and make sure you slide over to iTunes and subscribe to this show ASAP. That way you get them delivered to you as soon as they hit the shelves.
Okay.
And of course, you can always get all the scoop you need at podcastone.com. That's podcastone.com.
Would ask for advice, right?
And her form of contraceptive was, she said, well, when you're having sex, don't take off your bra.
Hence, single mother.
There you have it.
She's like a sage, just Camille.
Let's go to...
Oracle of truth.
Let's go to Josh from Champaign, Illinois. Josh, you're on with Uncleghorn.
Yeah, this is a question for the doc.
Josh.
Is it true, like, the more potassium you have, like bananas and stuff, that your, like, cum will be a lot thicker?
No.
It's not?
No.
Oh, because I
love my bananas.
Because I read that in, like, a book.
Wait, what book?
But it tastes like bananas, though. It won't be thicker, but it will definitely taste like bananas.
Wait a
And
minute.
your girlfriend will appreciate it. Yes, it will.
Oh, it will not.
I know the book, Josh. Was it?
It's written by Dole.
Was it Hey Little Buddy, the Bob Denver story?
No. It was actually 17, I think.
Wait a minute. I got to ask this. Ellen, tell me this thing you're saying about the bananas, that if a guy eats a lot of bananas, you'll be able to taste it.
That's what I heard.
That's what you heard from your friend? Just like
my boyfriend, I went out with this guy. He said, trust me, do it. I didn't want to do it. And he said, do it. And I said, it's going to be disgusting. And he was like, no, I ate a lot of bananas today. It's going to taste just like a shake.
Oh, my tarpon.
Tastes like a shake.
What about, like, fruit cocktail or anything?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You should just, like, make a fruit medley.
Oh,
Josh,
man.
forget that.
It tastes like high-fat yogurt. And it's high in vitamins, and it's good for your hair. And
you can put urine on a rag and wipe yourself down with that afterwards.
It's a wonderful eye coating.
Like, kind of like a mud mask, I guess.
Exactly.
I mean, we've got
and now they have, when I go to the spa, they always, rub you down with sea kelp and everything, because that's the new thing, to get the nutrients from the ocean, and everything smells really fishy. And I believe that, like when a woman, sits on your face and, you get that like fish, I think that's good for your skin as well.
I'm going to your spa. Where the hell is that spa, Ellen?
Ellen, you're saying if it smells, rub it on you?
There you go.
All right.
Now, just remember, Ellen.
Your previous admonition holds.
Which one was that? Once in a while, but...
With a person?
Yeah. Yeah, what do you think?
I do, but I'll tell you anyway. But then the whole world is going to know. Do women want that out, doctor?
What?
How old they are?
Sure.
No.
You're beautiful. What do you got to hide?
All right, I'm 30.
You're 30. Now, you masturbate here now and again. Sure, you didn't get that nick on your clitoris. Doing stucco work. No. All right.
I got it because I was wearing my jeans without underwear.
You're wearing a pinky ring is why you got it.
Amy got.
All right. 7 times on Letterman. How many times on Letterman, Conan? Once again. Going places on Loveline. Those other shows won't take you.
No, we extract information the old-fashioned way, the German way.
You will tell us.
So here's the question. You're doing it more now as a more mature woman, or were you doing it more when you were in like high school or something?
I never masturbated in high school. My mother was like religious, and plus nobody told me.
What about your older friend who was held back,
Camille?
Camille, you heard the kind of thing she would tell you, so she
Right.
didn't know about masturbating either.
Okay.
She just slept with a lot of guys.
Really?
Yeah.
What's she doing now?
She's still in school.
Well, maybe you heard of her, Marie Brown. She's working on Sunset, and no, she's a fashion designer.
Oh, okay.
I think she's a nymphomaniac, though.
Okay, well those go hand in hand.
Is it just me, or is it freezing cold in here right now?
Man.
It just seems to get colder and colder every minute.
Yeah, I mean, kind of like I do, you know?
You're a romantic guy, ain't you, dude?
Right.
You're a romantic guy.
Well, anyway,
That's normal.
Is that normal?
That means you hit the right spot. You should be proud of yourself. Give yourself a pat on the back. You did it.
All right, then.
Either that or it was the six-pack she'd polished off in your truck an hour earlier. She didn't shoot backwards when she did it, did she? And slide across the room like she was on a mechanic's creeper?
No, nothing like that, no.
She didn't have like the
I don't know, I just started thinking, I haven't really gone out with her since, but because I was thinking like if she is like a transvestite or something like that. Well, I mean, I've never had a woman actually, you know, shoot a load.
Yeah, Duke, another thing, the reason I'm beginning to think, Duke, that you might be, maybe that you could be right. Most women prefer, you can even say, I performed oral sex on her, I went down on her. But when you tell this lady, I was munching this chick's box, okay? Probably not the right one.
And let me tell you, when Ricky is giving you rules of etiquette...
Because I'm the guy that created the word clam schmacker. Remember that, okay, Duke?
All right, Dan.
Okay, thanks for your call. And
who are we going to?
I'm just Ellen Cleghorn is our guest.
You're proud.
She's
privileged.
the goddess of goo.
Wow.
Can I ask you a question, Doctor?
Yes,
I went to
ma'am.
the zoo this weekend.
Please.
And I went to the zoo and
Help
I
me.
actually saw a monkey masturbating.
Yes.
That's like normal for animals.
Primates.
How did they learn that?
How do humans learn that?
From watching monkeys.
That and the Sex Channel, but
I saw Bipolar Bear.
A what?
I always wanted to say that, and I knew it wasn't funny, but every time you say bipolar, I just picture this big white...
So you saw the monkey having at
That's a
it?
fairly primitive, almost reflexive things that primates do.
Well, it's like kids. I mean, little kids always got
That's
their
right.
hands down
When
there, right?
When people come out of a coma, that's one of the first things they do is they start touching themselves.
Hell yeah. Especially if it's longer than a week.
They don't...
You're way behind. You realize if I was in a coma for a week, how far behind I am?
That's why they put straps, because if Adam's ever in a coma, it's like, we want to do tests, but he won't stop jerking off.
Hook me up to a B12 IV.
You go to the zoo, okay? You're there with your kid.
My kid
your
and
daughter?
my boyfriend and his parents.
And this monkey's like,
I know.
What do you say? You pretend like it's not happening. You're like, look at that monkey, and he's got a remote in the other hand. What do you say? What do you say to the I'm not to the monkey. What do you say to them? It's like, don't look at it, or you pretend like you don't see it. What did you do?
I'm like 6 years old. I'm like, oh my God. And my daughter must be older than me because she was like, look, he's got it in his mouth. Like, really
Wait,
loud.
what?
In his mouth?
Afterwards, after he did it and everything, he was like licking it.
Wow.
Oh, you mean he ejaculated?
Like he made that like high school noise, like
No. What zoo is this at?
Why you want to get over there and take pictures?
No, video.
I have it. I'll dub you a copy.
I thought it was bad when my kids got by the monkey cage and started flinging poo on them. That's our monkey did that.
You started flinging poo on the monkeys?
No, they flung it back.
Oh, wow. I'm going to the wrong zoos.
That is intense concentration, if you think about it, to have that kind of crowd in front of you and be able to operate that way.
Well, you like the porno. You were in porno movies.
Oh,
and
sure.
You were able to do it.
Yeah.
So
And I was always wondering what that big swinging tire was there for, but I guess I know now.
I'll find that out during the break, I guess.
Wow.
This is Brian. Brian from Merced. Ellen Cleghorn's our guest.
Yeah, hello, Alan. How you doing?
Hey, Brian, what's going on?
Not a whole lot. I got a dilemma. I was urinating one night in the bathroom, and I noticed some little bugs jumping from the end of my penis, like if they were just swan diving into the toilet. And it really scared me.
I guess so.
Have you had any other funny things you've seen or heard?
What's that?
Do you ever see or hear other funny things?
Oh, I know where Drew's going.
No, why?
That's the only time you've ever seen something peculiar like that.
Yes.
It couldn't be crabs.
No.
I have no idea, because I have never had them before, and I mean, I've been...
Crabs don't move and they don't jump.
What do you mean? Of course they move.
They move so slowly.
I've seen crabs scamper.
No.
Oh, like a cheetah.
No.
I had one get loose. I had to chase it down with the car. I tackled it, wrestled it to the ground.
His crabs are named.
Later, we had a beer together, and things kind of worked out.
You were like, you can't leave me.
Brian, tell us.
You're my only friend.
Tell us more. What's the deal here?
I don't know. I visibly seen these things, and then it happened again. Except this time I wasn't urinating. I was sitting on the pot, and I felt something like crawling across my leg, and I looked, and I jumped up because I didn't know what it was. So I grabbed it, and I squeezed it, and I threw it in the toilet.
Was it a flea?
I have no idea what it was, because just like I said,
I would worry there was something like flea or lice.
Well, see, and then I went down to the store, and then I asked, what should I use for this?
Wait, what did you say when you went to the store, Brian?
I just told them the same exact story that I just told you.
Something jumped off my penis.
Yeah.
And they said, this is a Buffums. Get the hell out of here.
And then she gave me some stuff that was like battery acid.
Battery acid?
Yeah, it was some real strong stuff. I had to spray it on, and then I could turn my pubic hair white.
What?
This...
You're so full of
spray can.
When did your dog start telling you to kill?
Excuse me?
Brian, you're a little bonkers, aren't you?
No, not really.
You're not imagining any of this?
No, sir.
You know what you need? You need a flea. You need a belt, not a flea collar. You need a hobby and a flea belt.
A belt?
Yes.
Or no pest strip.
Yes. You need to hang one of those things, one of those...
a no pest strap.
Yes. You need to let a fogger go off in your shorts is what you need.
Put a roach motel on his taint.
You need to be tented off. You need to date the Orkin guy.
Brian, there's something called ring.
Abuse from her parents.
Like what?
Okay, for instance, her parents constantly tell her that they own her, and they take total control of her life. They don't let her do anything at all.
How old is she?
She's 15, but she's...
Ellen?
Duh, she is. She does. They do own her, and then she doesn't have control of her life because she's 15. It's just a fact.
However, in reality, the parents need to be in control, but they need also to respect her as a person who is a person of value, whose judgments need to be considered in all decisions. And if they don't acknowledge her as a separate person, a worthwhile person, she's going to rebel.
Yeah,
and she's going to rebel in ways that I'm sure they're not going to be terribly happy with.
Yeah, they don't respect her that much at all.
Yeah.
They treat her like...
Well, I think it's a positive and a negative.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my
At least
parents...
the parents are caring enough. They care
enough to not, let her just run the streets ragged.
Mm-hmm.
And I think rebellion is a very important part of growing up. You have to have something to rebel against, otherwise you're not going to move on.
What did your parents do? You said your parents...
Oh, totally too strict, just way over. And so I rebelled, and so I got my own life.
You know what, though, is her parents said that they would have no problem with giving her up to whoever would want to take her.
Well,
they're serious.
It's abusive.
Yeah, that is. That's like that crap when you go to Disneyland when you're a kid and they go, all right, we're leaving. Bye, Timmy. You'll have to live with the Pirates of the Caribbean. We're going to go. I would always call my parents' bluff on that crap. Yeah, go ahead. I'll be on the phone with the child welfare. So fast, it's going to make your head spin. That's crap. They shouldn't say that. Should they, Drew? That's
no,
psychological.
They should, except if I were to say to my kids, they'd be on the ride. They'd be, see ya.
See ya, Pops.
I'll call you.
No, you can't stop the parents from being that way. You can always support.
And stuff. My ex-boyfriend used to masturbate a lot when I wasn't around or whatever. He kind of had like a masturbation thing going on. And he would really enjoy to drink his own cum. He'd even he'd even put it like in a little glass.
And what is your question?
I was just wondering, like,
Does that make it like a cumpire, like a vampire or cumpire?
Well,
very good.
That was Ricky told me. He told me to say that. Ricky.
Blame it on me, Ellen. I thought it. You said it.
Michelle, what is your question?
Yeah, my question is like, is this some kind of like narcissistic
That's interesting.
thing, or
She's
is it,
jealous.
like, normal, or what?
The answer to the latter, no.
Could be.
Not normal.
I want to drink
Well,
your
not
cum.
normal, but it could be a narcissistic thing. For those who don't know what narcissistic means, it means full of yourself, very into yourself.
Yeah, well,
full of your own. Full of your own ranch dressing.
Right. I mean, he's exhibited some other like narcissistic type things.
What other stuff would he do?
Well, I mean, just like having these like grandiose ideas about what he's going to do or how much money he's going to make and this kind of stuff. And
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, but
Well-
grandiosity.
Did he ever used to look at you and go, Michelle, you are so lucky? And you said,
Yeah.
what? And then he goes, because you get to make love to me.
Exactly.
Yeah,
But I mean, like, I kind of took a little poll around where I worked and stuff, just like, do you ever do this? Or, you know what I mean? And all the kids would go,
What kind of job you have? Michelle, what kind of job you got, girl?
I'm a nurse, actually.
You're a nurse, and you go around to the other dog and just, you guys ever drink your cum?
Right. And they're just like, ew, ew. But then it's like, okay, but you want your girlfriend or wife to do this for you, but... So I was always kind
You
of...
been drinking a little bit tonight, Michelle?
No.
You put a couple down, didn't you?
No, I
A couple
didn't.
gimlets.
I don't drink.
Oh.
You dropped a couple of blue ones?
Shoot, smack.
I'm actually, like, coming home from work, and I was just listening to the show.
Michelle, is he your Is he your boyfriend anymore?
No.
Then who cares? He's a loony.
There's something's wrong with him. Okay, I don't know what. I mean, these kinds of bizarre behaviors only just sort of tip you off that something's wrong.
Can you get pregnant though if you do that?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
Michelle, I don't know what the deal is with him. All you're telling me so far is bizarre behaviors, grandiosity, maybe even delusional. I mean, something was really wrong. Is he a drug addict?
He's got a history of it.
Yeah, I mean,
All right,
It's not your boyfriend.
You're done with him.
Forget it.
Move on.
I just had to call up and say,
Tell everybody that your ex-boyfriend drinks his own jizz.
There's no use crying over spilt goo.
This show, why is my
We got
skin,
here an hour early. That's what it is.
This show leaves a bad taste in your mouth,
my
doesn't it?
skin is crawling tonight. I don't know what the deal is.
Oh, loosen up, Doc. Come on.
You've had a lot of gross things.
Yeah, we did.
It's
been weird.
I've been like,
It leaves
I'm gonna go
tonight's
home
show's
and
leaving a
delouse.
bad taste in my mouth.
You're going to go home and do what?
Delouse.
Oh, yeah.
Just
Sure
from
you
the-
are.
Well, that's what I call it.
Wow, what does your boyfriend call it?
Well,
Wow.
Mark.
Your boyfriend calls it Mark? See, and his name is Mark. That's another kind of narcissistic thing. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more of your calls. Chrissy, speak with Ellen.
Hi.
Hey, Chrissy, what's up?
I just want to say that ever since you left this show, because I was brought up with Catholic values, Catholic, and I was devoted, I devoted a thing where I was not going to have sex until I was married. But I kind of met this guy, and I really, really love him, and he's like kind of pressuring me into having sex, and I'm kind of having like these urges, so I just don't know what to do.
You should masturbate.
No,
I don't think so. Right? Don't you think, Doc?
Don't you think God would frown on that, though, Ellen?
I think God would appreciate it.
He would?
He gave you your body, use it. I mean,
But if you're going to masturbate, you might as well have sex.
That's not true.
Oh, what is
That's
that?
not true.
That was Adam speaking and not real, and his tongue went faster than his mind.
It's not true. Okay, no.
I mean, as well.
Shall I explain myself?
No, if there's a guy that I really, really like, I will master. As a mature woman, I will masturbate, and then afterwards, no, really, I'll think about him and I'll masturbate, and then afterwards, when it's over, it's like, oh, he wasn't all that great. I was better, and then you can handle it better than rather than be so desperate.
Is that what happened to us during the commercial break?
Mm-hmm. I was going for you, and then I said, oh, and then it was like, he's not that cute.
All right, I'm going to explain my statement to you non-believers. Chrissy's a pious gal. She believes in the word of the Lord, and she was brought up that way. Now, she is not having sex because it is a religious conviction.
Is that correct?
Yeah, but...
Yes, all right.
Yeah.
Now, if you're going to masturbate, it's not a physical thing, it's a religious thing. That's why she's not having sex. And so masturbating
is equally as bad in the eyes of
not equally as bad, but if you're doing it because a higher power is frowning on it, then that higher power is also going to frown on the masturbation, is what I'm
saying. You might
saying.
as well do the whole thing.
Yeah. What is so bizarre about that?
How old are you?
19.
Have you ever masturbated?
No.
See, there it is. Girls do not masturbate as young as guys. She's 19. You were like whacking off when? 7, 8?
In the womb.
7, 8 minutes ago.
See, so it's sad that, women don't know that it's okay to masturbate as, equally as guys. And that's why I really...
You should do a PSA.
Masturbate.
Would run late night. Hi, I'm Alan Claiborne. You may know me from Saturday Night Live, but there's another side of me you may not know so well.
I'm a whacker. I whack it off.
Each year, it's an American tragedy. Millions of young women go without.
That's right.
We
And
gotta
why?
play commercials right now. Just kind of wrap up for Chrissy. If she doesn't want to have sex, don't
do it.
Don't do it. Yeah. Now for boyfriend calls.
Yeah. Hi, Ricky. Hi, Drew. Hi, everyone. Don't even start with me.
See how
no,
testy
I'm
she
just
is?
kidding. Anyways, my friend came down the other day, and we were in his car, and I was performing oral sex on him.
You in his car?
Yes,
What type of car?
a Honda Accord.
Okay. Stick shift?
I don't remember.
Were you in the front seat?
Yes.
Oh, you would have known. Okay. It wasn't. Go ahead.
You can't turn on the radio. Anyways, and after I was done, I was like feeling his stomach. I mean, kind of. And he said, "Well, don't touch me because it hurts." And I was like, "Well, because of the position that we're in." And he was like, "No." He says, "Even when I masturbate, it does."
It's just that glow. He doesn't want to be touched.
His stomach?
Ellen's just rubbing her head. What do you think, Ellen?
On the right-hand side of... Right.
Where are your appendix, Drew?
Yeah.
I'm not sure where she's described, but people are going to have peculiar sensitivities after something like that, so it may just be him.
Okay, so that could be normal?
Yes.
Okay.
He didn't have, like, the club up his butt or something, did he?
Oh, my God.
I hope
That happened once in the car. Yeah, I had a Clove and a Thomas guide up there. So I didn't even know it. And I passed part of Orange County the next day, so...
Oh, no.
Sometimes guys, after they have an orgasm, and I guess girls too, Ellen, you could correct me if I'm wrong. Wouldn't know, I don't know if I've ever seen a girl have an orgasm. But from what I've heard, that sometimes after you have an orgasm, you don't even want to be touched. You're just like, don't touch me, let me be.
Definitely.
Muscles lock up.
Yeah, women do that.
Really?
Yeah. That's what I've heard.
No. You're talking about, they just tell you in general, don't touch me. That's like,
yeah, sometimes they say even before the orgasm.
No, before the sex, that's when that comes in.
When there's an orgasm, it's don't touch me, I go, hi. Don't touch me, I go, oh, they must be having orgasms.
They start blowing this whistle.
Is that it, Mariah?
Screaming help, right?
Yes.
Just so you know, if you want to write to us at
Bing. Ryan's like, boing, oing, oing.
All right, everybody. TrueCar, you know how much I love these guys and their app. I spend a lot of time on it, and it's a way to see exactly what's going on in your area. Pick a car, learn about the cars, and see what people are paying for the very car, the exact car you want. You know, there was previous ways to buy cars. You went and hang out on a lot. Now technology evolves. Everything evolves. Buying cars evolves. It advances. It makes sense that there's a new and better way to buy a car. Well, that's now called TrueCar. The TrueCar app, it's special, unique. Their certified dealer network is unsurpassed. They partner with over 10,000 TrueCar certified dealers that believe in a new way to buy a car. It's hassle-free, it's easy, it's fun. Use the TrueCar app. You can get guaranteed savings. TrueCar certified dealers will honor the savings that are guaranteed and locked in at TrueCar on your TrueCar app. It is that simple. TrueCar and TrueCar certified dealers. And using TrueCar certified dealers, you will save an average of $3,221 off MSRP. No headaches, no hassle. It's fun. And if you don't even want to buy a car, you just want to learn about it, check out the app. 2 million cars sold through TrueCar certified dealer network, and you will work directly with the certified dealer contact. It is easy. It's evolved. It's technology. It's made simple. It's about time.
You got to loosen yourself up a little bit, huh? What's going on? Tell us that technique now.
Okay, Drew can correct me if I'm wrong on any of this. What happens when you ejaculate is that the sperm goes from your testicles up to some receptacle up into your abdomen.
Well,
and just before ejaculation, right. And then it gets forced down into the urethra, and there's a muscle contraction, which then spews it out.
Right, and eventually ends up in the sink.
Yeah, well, or anyway. Well, if you, right under your testicles, right. Next time you masturbate, try feeling it. You'll feel it pumping.
Really?
And, once you get that, just press down because it, is going right over the pelvis. And so if you press down right there, it'll cut it off.
You're saying on the back side, the dark side of the testicles. Testicles are a lot like the moon. There's a light side and there's a dark side.
Exactly.
This is in the dark underbelly of the testicles.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Just make sure that you wipe really well.
Now, wait a minute, Bill. What? Now, you got one hand on your schwanz. You got the other hand rammed up the dark side of your testicles. Which hand's holding the magazine?
Huh?
Or the TV remote? You need that one hand.
Well, that's why you prop a pillow right in front of you, and it kind of holds it up.
Bill, masturbation scientist. All right, so you're saying if you do that, nothing will come out?
Nothing will come out. Maybe a little bit will squeeze out, but hardly any.
And you'll still get the same...
I know it goes into my bladder because usually I'll have to urinate sometime within an hour or two.
And it'll come out?
It's just the urine will be a little cloudy, and that's how I know.
Wow. Drew, did you know about this technique?
Well, I didn't know this would work like this. I know about retrograde ejaculation, and you're basically pushing on the prostate, where the urethra comes through the prostate and preventing it from even getting through there.
But don't you think you're kind of playing God when you do this, Drew?
It would worry me a little bit. I
mean, you're screwing with nature.
It doesn't seem like the healthiest thing. I'd worry that you could damage the urethra or cause some kind of a diverticulum there or something. I don't know. I'm not a urologist.
I've been doing it this way for a couple of years.
Yeah, so for Bill, it's successful, but I'm not saying it's something that people should try.
Bill.
Yeah.
How did you happen onto this technique? I mean, how did you stumble on? I mean, I have these questions. It's like we were talking about beef motto the other day. Who decided that cow and tomato went well together and that people would drink it? How did you come on to this? Because when I'm masturbating, and, it's very rare that I do, but when I do, I'm focused like the ninja. Do you know what I'm saying, Bill?
Well, you see, I'm got a little more finesse, because...
I'm not experimenting. I have... You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I have a tried and true method. It works the same time every time, and I focus on that.
Well, I mean, usually I like stroke myself, besides just my penis,
Wait a minute. You mean like, wait a minute, you feel up like your torso and stuff? Like you grab a little stuff like that or boob? Are we allowed to say that?
Exactly.
No.
Oh, we're not?
Bill.
Why can't we say that?
Well, you just said it. So
all right.
Where are we going with this, guys?
I just want to know. I'm interested in Bill's ritual before he masturbates.
Bill, you're interested in how he discovered this. He figured it out. He came upon it accidentally, and it worked, right?
Right.
All right.
Thank you.
You're the Lewis and Clark of masturbating. You're a pioneer in the field of masturbation, Bill.
Now, I'm just worried that,
I tip my jock strap to you.
or your box of Kleenex.
Yes. All right, Bill.
Thank you, Bill.
Surf those waves. Smoke that pot. Enjoy that Santa Cruz life.
This is Mike from Reno. Mike.
A big girl's on the line, too, right now.
Hello.
Who's this?
This is Sarah.
Sarah, what's up?
Oh, not much.
Come on, get to the points, guys.
All right, well, me and Sarah and this other girl named Sarah, we've been having, a threesome.
Sarah and
lately,
Sarah.
And
you've been... Wait, you're 15?
Yeah.
You're having threesomes?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ. Drew, were you anywhere near a threesome? When did you have your first threesome? 16, 17? Seriously, Drew.
I would say, towards, the beginning of this school year.
Wow.
You're 15 and you're having threesomes. Sarah, is this true?
Yeah.
Sarah, and Sarah, how old are you?
I'm 15, too.
And how old's the other Sarah?
She's 14.
Oh,
so you're 44 between the three of you. That's not wrong.
Okay.
All right, 14's a little young for this business.
Well, anyway, I don't know, the other girl, we just, we're not attracted to her at all or anything anymore.
We're not. So the two of you actually developed the relationship with the other one.
Yeah, and we just, don't know how to tell her.
And you two were already in a relationship together?
Well, yeah, sort of.
Now, Hallmark should come out with some sort of card for this. A picture of 3 bowling pins and maybe one of them's knocked over or something. Thanks for the love. Thanks for the sex. No? This isn't healthy, is it,
No,
Drew?
Mike. It's just, well,
I just, don't know how to tell her that.
Well, you guys...
And I got to tell you, being kicked out of a threesome has got to be a blow to the ego.
Well,
the
whole thing is so crazy. Mike, you got to just tell her that you and Sarah where are we on the line here, are going to...
We've, tried before, but we can't.
Well, you guys want to be a monogamous couple.
What do you mean you can't? What do you mean you've tried, but you can't? You mean every time you try to have sex with Sarah number 1... She just makes her way, comes through the door like Dan Tanner or something and undresses and jumps in?
Well, no, we just because we just all do it when we're all together. I mean, we can't tell her to, just go away.
Well, you need to learn how to be honest with somebody you're in a relationship with. And for God's sakes, you guys are in the most intimate kind of relationship. Mike, I can just let me just tell you my threesome opinion, and that is that they usually are terribly destabilizing to relationships. If there's any couples involved in this, usually the couple relationship tends to disintegrate as a result. It just feelings get generated that you don't expect. And here you guys are in a situation where you have feelings that you can't deal with just by virtue of trying to get through ending this whole crazy relationship. The other thing is, guys,
she really looks up to Adam too. I was hoping that maybe one of you guys could tell her or something.
Maybe you'd call her up and tell her.
Yeah, maybe.
Hi, Sarah. This is Adam Carolla, radio personality. Listen, we were about. You want me to call her? I'll call her.
No, I don't know. Mike,
what? I'll be nice.
15-year-olds that are engaged in threesomes. Let me just suggest that you guys. I would bet that you guys had some pretty heavy childhood experiences, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, and those things aren't healthy. Those were not things that make you emotionally healthy now. And these kinds of relationships that you guys are carrying on are perpetuating some of that pathology, some of those problems. And I don't want to get involved in all that. I'm just going to tell you that this is not good for you. You may not understand why right now, but it's not helping. It's not going to make you happier. And
Sarah, is Sarah you there?
I am.
Sarah, what do you feel about the whole thing? I mean, do you feel used? Do you feel like this is wrong?
Yeah, I don't know. I just kind of want to just get out of the whole thing.
But Sarah,
you do? All right.
But Sarah's had some heavy stuff happen to her too.
Right.
You don't get into these things after a healthy childhood. It just doesn't happen.
No.
And I think it's time for everybody to get very honest and very direct and very deliberate.
All right. Well, Sarah's saying she wants out too. So, Mike, you may be in big trouble because one's being booted and the other one's quitting on her own.
Okay.
Well, you better talk to Sarah. All right, Mike, tell Sarah number 2, I'm guessing flat-chested Sarah, that Adam, the Loveline guy, says, get out, get a little therapy.
And she can call, and she can call and talk
And she can call, and we'll be glad to talk to her about it. But in the meantime, for her to take it easy, get a little therapy, and...
well, whatever. Just to get out of this craziness. You know what? It's already time for commercials again.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
I say we plow right through.
Nah, we got to do commercial.
All right. Well, when we get back, it'll be more Adam Carolla and the lovely Dr. Drew answering your questions.
And in his bedroom, and he was pulling masking tape off of his testicles.
Right.
And
right. Yeah.
He walked out of the room, and he's all, just stay here, I'll be right back. And I stayed there, and he came back, and he acted as if nothing was wrong, and then we just left. And I just felt really uncomfortable, and I haven't approached him with it since. And
well, evidently, Candy, Adam knows what he was doing. So
yeah,
hold on.
Has he?
It's an ancient practice called sack masking.
Okay.
Now, this started in Europe around the turn of the century, and it was essentially it was sort of it was an offering. It was like a harvest celebration.
Okay.
Where the men of the different villages would come together. Now, of course, they didn't have masking tape back then.
Yeah.
They used to use cat intestine, believe it or not.
Okay.
But instead of masking tape, and they would actually shroud the testicles in this cat intestine, and it was thought that the soil would be more fertile come the next harvest.
Okay, this is really the truth.
Does he have...
Are you waiting for me to stop you?
I certainly was.
Yeah, I figured that. I was looking for some weird music.
I have no idea. Is he painting his nuts?
No.
Like spray painting or something?
Yeah, well, like an auto body place.
Well, wouldn't that hurt? I mean, I just didn't know.
Masking ones, yeah. I mean, like when I used to play football, we used to get our ankles taped.
Exactly.
And we used to shave our ankles because when you pulled the tape off,
right,
it was level 10 on the pain scale.
And that would be a common procedure.
Okay. Yes. Now, putting tape on your nuts and maybe he was trying to take the hair off them.
I thought about that.
You asked him that?
Well, no, I haven't asked him anything. I was wondering if I should approach him or just let him do what he wants to do.
Ask him.
Bother me.
Candy, it bothers you. Ask him.
Well, you think I should?
Do you want to be close to this guy?
Yeah.
Ask him.
Candy,
that's part of getting close to another person, is being able to not to pull tape off your testicles in front of one another, but to be able to talk to people about the things that bother you and what's on your mind. And
okay.
You don't want to hide how you're feeling. You want to be able to open up and talk about it. All right?
Okay.
All right. Good luck. Full discharge. Or any kind of discharge.
Just any kind of discharge.
Most women will have a sort of a mucousy discharge normally, and it can get more and more volume around the time of your period. An abnormal discharge is thicker. Well, not necessarily. It's more of it. Sometimes watery, sometimes yellow, sometimes it smells bad. If it's a change in your discharge, that's when you want to get it looked at.
Go to a doctor
yes.
if it's getting worse?
Yes, absolutely.
What would beef motto be?
Huh?
Beef motto would be hemorrhage. Okay?
Oh.
Okay, Kristen, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Hickeys.
Hickeys?
Yeah. Yes, I know they're gross.
They have them all over your neck?
Yes.
My thinking is if there's more hickey than flesh, we have to fill in the flesh part. I mean, you got to get this guy or a vacuum cleaner, or a little dust buster or something, and put it on there and turn the whole thing that color.
Yeah, but see, I don't want it there. I want to get it off.
You want to get it off?
Yeah, I want to know how to remove them.
Oh. Well, I think a little rubbing alcohol, a damp rag, will that do it, Drew?
I don't think anything will do it except a little time. They say, what is it, a cold spoon or something? Somebody has a crazy...
Oh, really?
Like that?
Cold spoon, like N-Swell, like what boxers use. They have that... Well, when they press that...
What?
Kendra.
What?
You ever see a boxing match?
No.
Oh. Kendra, will you go along with me when I'm heading down this road?
Yes, I will.
Kendra, ever seen a boxing match?
Yes, I have.
All right, in the corner between the rounds, when the white guy's sitting on his stool and he's puffed up and he's all beaten up, and they take that cold metal thing, it's a metal thing, and they press that metal thing real hard against his brow or his cheek. That's called N-Swell. That might do it.
Yeah.
But you can do that with a spoon.
Right.
Kendra.
Yeah.
Do you have a corner man?
Somebody in your corner.
Yeah.
Do you have a cut man?
What's a cut man?
Somebody to cut your eye open if it gets too swollen.
We're going down a rocky road.
You've been there.
You get it, rocky, Drew?
Yeah, I get it.
All right, I'm getting punchy now.
Yeah.
Listen, you got to get yourself a turtleneck sweater. Hey.
All right, beg your pardon.
You know, not every joke's a home run, Drew.
Indeed.
Thanks for backing me up. You need to get yourself a turtleneck sweater, perhaps a scarf. It is getting to scarf weather.
Mm-hmm.
And you need to tell this Don Juan you're dating to settle down. He's got to give you hickeys below the shirt line.
Use the cold spoon. All right?
Okay.
Try, Kendra. Good luck. Time's the most important thing.
Okay.
Make sure it's a metal spoon, not a big, wooden ladle or something.
This is Andy, 22.
Well, one time, I live in Santa Cruz, and I do Capitola Junior lifeguards.
You haven't ran into that guy who has that who has that masturbation technique in Santa Cruz, have you?
I don't have anything to do with him, but
But you know who he is?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm glad I don't. But anyway, my dad's, really strict with me sometimes. One time after junior guards, I was just, messing around with the instructors and their friends. We were out just, surfing or something. I can't remember what we were doing. But I was 15 minutes late, and he made me stay in my room for a week.
Wow.
And
Jessica, it's kind of a fine line because that means he cares. To a degree.
Right.
Now, if he's goose stepping around there like Mussolini or something, then that's bad.
I can't even ask him questions.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah, you have to be able to open a dialogue with him.
Because eventually, Jessica, you're gonna act out and rebel.
You're gonna rebel.
Yeah,
you're gonna sneak out because your curfew is gonna be at 8 o'clock and everyone's curfew is gonna be at 12, and so you're gonna sneak out the window, and then you're gonna get knocked up, and then you're gonna have. You tell him that. You say, Dad. Seriously, Jessica, you say to your dad, Dad, you know what you're going to do? You're going to press me so much that it's going to come back and bite you in the ass. I'm going to act out. I'm going to be knocked up by the time I'm 15, and me and some guy named Stu and our triplets are going to be living here at home off the fat of the land. I'm dropping out of high school. Stu is going to go he makes bongs for a living, Dad. That's what Stu does, all right? And we're all going to be living here.
It's going to be a great way to open a dialogue with a restrictive dad. Jessica, is your mom involved? Can you use her as a wedge into this?
I'm a bastard, so my parents they kind of broke up when I was 3, and then they've both been living in different houses since then.
Now, don't walk around with that bastard label, though.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
It's not becoming. Everybody.
Most kids are born out of wedlock these days, it sounds like.
Well, and everybody who gets divorced. My parents were divorced when I was 7. Your parents were divorced when you're 3, but I'm older than you, so I got more time.
They weren't even married, but anyway.
Or are they separated, or they parted ways?
My mom kicked me out of the house this summer, actually.
So you can't really help your mom.
Yeah, but we're she calls it dates or something. She's like, well, you want to come over tonight? Let's have a date. But I'm like, okay, but I'm talking to her and stuff. She calls me every night.
Well, see if she can perhaps help you communicate more effectively.
Because my dad's married now.
Yeah.
And she.
You have to find
evil stepmom.
2 people against 1.
No.
She can't do anything. She tries really hard, though. She's really supportive.
That's nice.
She tries to be good?
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, that's good. She's not having you clean the chimney or the fireplace while everyone else is at the ball?
All right. You need to find some way to enlist an adult's help in getting some reason into your dad, at least opening a dialogue with him. Okay, Jessica?
Okay.
Good luck. We got to go to commercials. About the anal sex issue, mostly because I didn't want to really even talk about it, but here we go. This is from John in Pomona, California. It says, I found an interesting statistic on a safe sex webpage on the World Wide Web. Some institute, did a study of a couple who used anal sex, or of couples who used anal sex for birth control, and found there was an 8% pregnancy rate for these couples through the, quote, splash conception. Please, unquote. Please use your imagination.
Is that a Magic Mountain ride?
Yeah. That or maybe they were lying about, just using the anal sex technique. But that's interesting, 8% pregnancy rate, so anal sex is not as effective even as the oral contraceptive pill.
Drew, this World Wide Web is a real ball buster for you, isn't it?
For me?
Yeah.
Why?
I mean, in the good old days, before this technology, before this information superhighway, you could sit behind the mic and play God. You could yak all night long without any fear of reproach.
No.
No one would question you on this at all, right?
Wrong.
Now some geek, some 15-year-old from Pomona punches up in his personal piece, and boom.
Boom.
Who wrote off her boob implant as a tax deduction. It was true. In fact, rumor has it she got to use the breasts as two dependents.
Oh, my God.
That was a joke, Drew. Dear Ricky Stratum and Dr. Drew, I'm a 14-year-old skater. I recently hit my nuts on the rail. It's been 4 days. It's starting to swell. What should I do? Can I have kids?
See a urologist.
And for people that don't know, what people do is when you're skating, you jump up and you ollie up and you end up sliding all the way down the stair rails.
Yeah, those outdoor handrails.
And I've seen lots of videos that you see.
You are flirting with disaster when you do that.
You're watching that thing. That thing is made. That's a trick that's made because you do it good. Or my girlfriend to marry me. I've bought 15 gallons of chocolate pudding, 1 gallon of chocolate syrup, 3 cans of whipped cream, and a bunch of strawberries to make a human sundae. My plan is to put the ring in one of the strawberries. Is this a good idea? How should I ask her? And this fax has been here for a couple days, and he wrote it again today. It's today from Chicago. I beg you, I have 3 days before I see her. I want her to remember this day, but not negatively
I'm going to beg him not to do that.
Why not?
It sounds like such a guy's way of what a girl would like.
Oh, my God. I think that is so cool. Don't you think this is so cool? Making the big sundae.
Out of what?
I think he should put his ring,
He said, what kind of sundae did he say he'd make?
A human sundae. He's going to cover himself, but I have a different idea where you can put the ring.
That sounds like a guy's idea of what a woman.
And why always dessert?
Satisfy him.
Why not an entree? Why not human goulash? Why not take like a side of beef and 40
potatoes? Bobbing for soup is not a good idea.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I got an idea, Dave. I got an idea, okay? Because I am the Mr. Romance.
You're wearing a Julio Iglesias
I'm wearing a Julio Iglesias shirt for crying out loud, okay? What he should do is when he's ready to pop the question, okay? I want him to call us. This guy fax us, leave his phone number, okay? When he gets the Sunday set up, no. He gets the Sunday set up. I want him to put on the music and say, oh, I want to hear the show. The show is so great, right? And, of course, if she's heard Loveline, she'll obviously agree with him. And we will kind of do the proposal for him.
Right.
And he'll be listening with the Sunday there, make the Sunday for her, and have it. But if you put it in a ring, like she could eat it. I mean, there's nothing worse than having to give your fiance the Heimlich because she choked on the engagement ring.
Or waiting by the toilet 3 days later, waiting for it to pass.
Because, usually the guy wouldn't want to do it. But if he's planning
A girl can come 6 to 8 times in one night. Like, bam, bam, bam. Is that true?
Sure.
It depends on the woman. Some really almost...
It depends on the man.
Some women have...
Or the woman, actually
have almost no limitation. It can be dozens or even hundreds of times.
Well, that's scary.
Hundreds of times.
Yes.
When is that documented?
Some women have no refractory period, and their plateau is very short, and they just can go back again and over.
Where is it documented? A woman won 100 times.
I don't know about 100 times, but many dozens would not be.
Okay, where's it documented? Where's it documented that a woman went twice?
You're making us feel bad, Drew.
Some women are more like men in the sense that they have they climax and have refractoriness, and that's it. But some women are more prone to these multiple orgasms.
But isn't it funny how on the woman's side of the orgasm it varies so greatly?
Yeah,
I mean, guys pretty much 15, 20 minutes, whatever, one shot, good, maybe a little refractory period. Maybe they're good for another if they're in good shape. They go for the third, you pull the calf muscle, so you don't do that. But guys are basically about the same. Yeah. I mean, basically. Yeah. And women are like, some don't have an orgasm. Others can have one without even touching themselves. Right. Others are, can have 15. What is that? Why the big variance, Doc? What is God saying?
And could you please 30 times?
Yeah.
And what was it? What kind of was it? A lot of oral sex?
It was just intense.
Now wait. Could it have been just like? Because there's a difference between like climaxing, orgasm, coming. It could have just been like 30 orgasms.
Yes.
Or 30.
Women that have these multiple orgasms may not have those single intense huge bursts that have a single
30 good ones. I'd rather have like a woman have one really good one.
But could you
20 or so were.
Could you imagine this guy walking out of that room feeling like Eric Estrada? I mean, chest stuck out to
Rocky
here
at the top of the stairs.
Yes, right. Just high-fiving anybody who came down the street. That's Gilligan's Island again.
Oh, damn.
Can you imagine if you gave a woman 30 orgasms in one session?
Can you imagine if you gave a woman one orgasm in a session?
I can't even imagine.
I'd still be walking out.
I dare not imagine that.
Eric Estrada?
He's machismo, man. Eric Estrada. He's got this big one.
Is that we learned that you can have double peni, it's called, 1 in a billion. So according to my calculations, there'd be 5 of them out there.
2 in China.
Hey, I'll give you an A, Ken.
I've never heard of that. That's what I said. But
Well,
if you're telling me
we learned that. That's one of the few things I remember. And then
You'll make a great doctor, Ken.
You know, typically, though, people with genital ambiguities or abnormalities get operated at birth or very soon after birth.
And I just want to make a quick plea. If any of those 5 people out there happen to be tuned into the show, feel free to call or fax us your penis.
Judging on this show, probably 4 of them would be.
What else, Ken? Wait, what's else?
I don't know.
I toyed with that idea a couple of years back.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a good idea or not.
How'd you get talked out of it?
First you had to find a clit.
Yeah, I couldn't find it.
You know, in the morgue.
Lisa?
Yeah?
What makes you want to do that?
My boyfriend wants me to.
The boyfriend wants you to.
Hey, does he have a Lisa?
Yeah.
Does he have his dick pierced?
No.
Well, why don't you say, honey, I want you to get a, what's that one ring that goes through the what's it called, the gauge that pierces the taint?
No, listen.
Tell me you want that.
No.
What's it called, the gingy or something?
Yeah.
It's gnarly. And It's you know, it's not in the little butt, not in the balls, right in between the taint.
Hey.
He wants to get a ring. Tell me you want a ring right
and
there.
Annisville. It's
Tell me you want a
right
ring
on the
right
border.
there. No, you don't want a ring. You want a barbell. 5-pound barbell right there.
No, I don't want him to get that done. But seriously, I'm the one that brought this up.
You want to do it. You want to get it done.
Yeah, except is it going to make sex? Do you know if it'll make sex so much better? I don't know.
I was thinking about this today.
It's another screw with Mother
I think
Nature
about this thing all the time, okay?
Yes, thank you.
People say this, okay? Anybody, I don't get, and I'm telling you, okay? I have on and off thought about piercing my tongue.
Really?
Yes, on and off I thought about it. Matter of fact,
Why?
my wife
What
even
goes through-
said the other day, she said, you know what? She even said she might pierce her tongue.
What goes through your mind when you're thinking about doing that?
I don't know, but it leaves pretty quickly. I don't want to pierce my tongue.
That's good.
But the thing is, I don't care what anybody says, okay? There is no way that having your tongue pierced is going to improve anything sexual. And I know there's people that are going to disagree with me, okay? Getting your gig pierced and having a ring, unless there's some kind of... I don't think it's going to be... Tell your boyfriend to go down on you and perform oral sex better. Sticking a ring in it isn't going to make your sex that much better. It can't make it... I don't get it.
It could, though.
How? Please, okay, hold on. Everybody, if you're curious, Lisa is going to tell us right now how putting a ring in your lip is going to make your sex better. Clit lip. Clip.
It's right there. That's like...
No, this is how it makes it better because how, Lisa?
Because it's the most sensitive part of your body.
So sticking a ring in it's going to make it feel better, right?
Because when you have sex, it, like, rubs, and it'll just feel so much better.
What about
ring rubs?
Yeah. What about your retina? I mean, that's a pretty sensitive part. Following behind me in a car. Just asked her to marry me. Turned down a street. I lost her for a minute. Went over to her place. She was at her old boyfriend's house, so broke my heart.
Does it really happen?
No, absolutely not. That sounded
Is
good,
that every morning my roommate sets her alarm clock like super early so that she can basically satisfy herself sexually. And I don't think she realizes that she wakes me up, and I have to sit there and hear it every time.
Where's your roommate right now, Yvonne?
She's actually at her boyfriend's house.
Do you have the number?
No.
Yvonne, you know what we're going to do? We're going to play some commercials. We'll put you on hold. We'll call her up, and we'll tell her, and we'll break this to her.
I'll straighten her out.
Okay? Okay, Yvonne?
Yes.
So hold on a second.
Yes.
Okay, get Yvonne's friend's number. Let's play some commercials. We'll play them a little bit early so we can take care of Yvonne. And everybody walks around, which is never going to happen. It's going to take a little bit of the beauty away from it. People like to stand out, which isn't, in my opinion, isn't wrong. Okay? I do see people that have got 3 in their eyebrow, 1 in the thing above their nose, and there are 5 in their lip that look like they lost a fight with a staple gun. I don't think that looks very sexy. Do I think nose rings look sexy sometimes? Yeah.
But it's kind of a one...
But right now, I think this is a trend. But it's not like a trend like trendy trend. It's a trend like this is a way to adorn oneself.
Wait a minute, let me write this down. It's
What?
not a trendy
Not a trendy trend. It's
but
just
it's
it's a fat.
trend. No.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody out there, there's like one guy. That
No,
knows what I'm
I
saying.
think it's a one-upmanship.
The guy that wants to know about the chunky cum, he thinks.
I think it's a one-upmanship.
No. Well,
Yeah,
you
it's
got
like
2 piercings. I want 3.
Well, it's like your balls are so big that you got your tongue pierced. I'm going to get my penis pierced. You got that pierced. Look what I got pierced.
I don't think that's the way.
It's bravado almost.
I don't think people do that. I don't think people ever said, "Hey, your hair is green, so I want to make my." Back in a second.
Okay.
Giving the field blowjob.
You're drunk.
You guys are awful.
Yes,
Thank you for
yes,
sharing.
they are. Yes, yes. Please, keep
Let's
going.
speak. Let's just check with Yvonne again. Hey, Yvonne.
Yeah?
Is your roommate there?
Yes, she is.
I knew she was. You got 2 phones, Yvonne?
Yeah, we do.
Put her on the other phone.
Babe.
Really quick.
Phone.
Real quick.
Hello?
Hi, who's this?
Hello?
Your name?
Oh, my name's Jenny.
Jenny, you're on the radio show Loveline right now.
Oh,
Okay.
what is it?
It's just a radio show. We just talk about relationships and we have fun. And it's
really?
it's myself, Ricky Rackman, and Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla. Okay?
Oh,
and right now it's Yvonne and Jenny.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, Yvonne wants to tell, and don't get all weird, just Yvonne has something that she wants to talk to you about right now, okay?
Okay.
Go ahead, Yvonne.
Okay.
You know how you set the alarm clock really early every morning?
Yeah. I mean, do you have a problem with it?
Not with the alarm clock part. But what you do when you wake up in the morning, like, every single morning.
I wake up. I set the alarm because I need to wake up early.
No, you do more than set the alarm when you wake up early.
No, I don't. I just set off the alarm so I can wake up early.
Yes.
Because I have a lot of stuff to do.
Yeah, you do, Jenny. Every single morning you have stuff to do. Okay, I'm getting tired of it because I can hear you on my side of the room because it's not that big.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, what's your problem? I mean, do you want me to move out or something? Is that it? I mean, you don't want me for a roommate? Is that what you want?
No, you're a great roommate, but...
Hold on a second, Jenny, okay? Jenny?
Yes?
Yvonne likes you. You're her friend. It's not. You are totally wrong, okay? Thinking that Yvonne's mad at you. There is just something that's happening that just Yvonne wants to tell you about that's kind of just making you feel a little bit uncomfortable.
Well, I mean, what is it? I mean, like, do you have a problem with me waking up early? I mean...
No.
I mean...
Yvonne, what is it?
Well, you masturbate in the morning, and it's kind of like... I mean, I understand, like, you know, it's just, I'm not comfortable with that.
Masturbation is perfectly normal.
Yeah! You were expecting everybody to jump on you, Jenny, but we're right behind you.
I mean, it's the only way to have... I mean, masturbation is the only safe sex. I mean, even if you have sex with a condom, it's not safe because, I mean, there's still a chance of having AIDS, right?
Yes.
Well, we time it to, like, I'm out of here in the morning before
Go ahead. This is a good argument. Go ahead. Let's go. You first, Yvonne. What when you walk in the room, what is it do you see it or do you just hear it?
I hear it.
What does it sound like?
No.
Is it her moaning or is it like vibrating in tools? What is it, Yvonne? We got to go to commercials. Tell me, what is it that you hear?
Her moaning.
What type of moans?
Really loud.
Like, just give me one really quick. Yvonne?
Yes?
What does it sound like?
Well, it's like muffled because of like the pillow. You know, it's like, you know, I mean, I don't know. It's like very like muffled sounds, and I mean, it sounds like.
Okay, now let me ask you this.
I don't see why you have a problem with it. I think you should try it.
I think you should help her, Jenny. What do you think about that? You know, maybe. Hey, Yvonne.
Yeah.
Are you kind of an uptight girl?
Yes, I am.
Do you masturbate, Yvonne?
I mean, she doesn't believe in that you should have fun with your body. I mean, she is just so straight-laced.
Yvonne.
Yes?
Let me ask you this, girl.
I shouldn't have someone else's sexuality put on me.
Hold on. I can understand that, okay? But Yvonne, do you masturbate?
Actually, you know what? No, I don't. And
I mean, see what I mean? She is such a Puritan. She doesn't believe in... I mean, like, she doesn't think... I mean, she doesn't believe in having fun. I mean, you know what her idea of having fun is? Her idea of having fun is doing her chemistry homework every day.
Hey, Jenny?
Yes?
Do you have any type of tools or something that you could let her borrow to experiment with?
Oh, I got lost.
What?
Go out and buy stuff. Do you have anything... Do you have anything... Any recommendations of what I should...
Jenny, what do you got? What do you have?
Like, just right now, I just have, like, just a plain old vibrator.
Yeah?
But, I mean, you know...
You know what I'd like you to do?
What?
Call me crazy, Adam, if you got any suggestions. You know, jump in here anytime. This is what I'd like you to do, okay, Jenny?
Okay.
First of all...
Jenny, I know way too much about you now.
No, Jenny, let me tell you something, first of all, okay?
I don't think Yvonne likes me anymore.
No, Yvonne does like you, okay?
Well, she's not...
Hey.
You don't see her. I think she's getting, like, really upset with me.
No. Let me just tell you, okay? This is what you should do, Jenny, okay? keep on masturbating, girl, okay? I think that you need to do it somewhere where she doesn't hear it, okay? Because I'll be really honest. As much as I think masturbation is a great thing, if I had a guy roommate and I heard him going, it would kind of bum me out, okay? It would kind of, I'm not going to lie, it would kind of bum me out. I think maybe you need to masturbate somewhere where it's a little bit quieter, okay? Keep, like, going to the bathroom like everybody else. Okay, Jenny?
I guess.
I also think you need to buy Yvonne a vibrator.
Oh.
And you just say, "Here, Yvonne, here's a vibrator. I'm going to work. I want you to spend the day. This vibrator is your friend. Just try it and see what happens." This girl, you're going to come home, her hair is going to be all different. She's going to be all relaxed. She's going to be just humping the washer and dryer 24/7. You're not going to be able to stop this wild woman, Yvonne. Do you want to elaborate, Adam?
Yeah, I was going to suggest doing what all guys do, which is running the shower.
Oh, so that's the problem. We don't have a bathroom. It's a communal bathroom.
Well, you get a lot more complaints.
Can't you get a cassette of a shower? There should be masturbation cassettes of, like, you know what there should be? The masturbation cassette series. The train going by, the DC-10 flying in low,
yeah, but
the shower.
You get the shower one going, all I'm going to do is take a piss.
Okay, then we'll go with the DC-10.
Yvonne, Jennifer, I think you need to just find a way to be a little bit quiet. Yvonne, I think you need to masturbate. But both of you, thank you for your call.
You want to ask for advice?
Mine's like this.
Bing. What's your car sound like? Can you tell me that?
What?
Do you like your car noise? What kind of car do you have, you know? Like, what's the motor sound like?
I'm not going to Hey, let me tell you something. He doesn't say that anymore.
No, he's got a sound effect now.
Since Blossom has been canceled, he will not say that any longer.
You know what Joey Lowens, you know what he says to his girlfriend?
What?
Blow!
No.
Jamie.
What?
You know what he says when he goes skiing? No.
I'm serious, he won't say that.
Does he have much of a future?
No.
He has a new album coming out the beginning of 96.
Hey, Jamie, listen, okay? Jamie, listen for 1 second, okay?
Yes, I'm listening.
Now, be quiet, everybody, for a second. Really try, close your eyes, and try to imagine how little anybody listening or on the show cares about Joey Lawrence, okay?
Oh, God.
I don't care. I was just making a statement.
Okay.
I'm saying that not everybody that gets... And he got into the business when he was 5.5.
Shut up!
My statement is...
I'm not going to hear have a discussion about freaking Joey Lawrence?
No.
I don't know about Nirvana, but it sounds a lot like Hole.
Cobain plays better now and he's dead. I hear Chicago likes...
This concludes another PodcastOne.com program.